Who would be in your dream home run derby? I'm talking 8 players from any era, from all-time legends to today's young stars. I'm gonna give you my 8 guys, but I have to give props first to Ben Verlander, who inspired me with this post right here. But I took it a step further and gave you reasoning behind my picks. If you're new to my content, I'm X, a former Major League player turned baseball analyst, and I love breaking down the stuff that makes our pastime so special. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the content. 3 honorable mentions who didn't make my home run derby field: Mark McGwire, Aaron Judge, and Albert Pujols. Now let's get to the guys who did make my dream home run derby, and you guys can start fighting in the comments. I picked 8 MLB hitters who would be in my dream home run derby. This includes former and current players, and really in no particular order. I have to kick it off with the kid, Ken Griffey Jr. Griffey won 3 home run derbies, including back-to-back in '98 and '99, and he finished runner-up in '92 and '93. Now remember, he hit 630 homers in his career, but even he would tell you swinging for the fences every swing is a different beast, and he was one of the best at it. Probably has a lot to do with having the most sweet, effortless swing that the game has ever seen. The '98 Derby he won was the first live telecast of the event, and get this, Griffey almost didn't even participate, but he was booed in batting practice the day before the Derby, and ultimately he had to change his mind for the people. Another player who would automatically have to be in my dream home run derby is Frank Thomas. How could I not have a player with the nickname Big Hurt in my home run derby? The Big Hurt finished with 521 homers in his career, but if you're too young to understand the way this man punished baseballs, you better do yourself a favor and start looking up his YouTube videos. He won the '95 Derby, and he's one of 3 players to win the Derby and homer in the All-Star game. The crazy thing about Frank Thomas was this man hit shots out of the stadium to all fields with ease, something like a modern day Stanton. Ain't no way balls are supposed to jump off a bat like a trampoline. I played with Giancarlo Stanton, and I didn't like it one bit. Let me tell you why. Because in batting practice, I would try to hit homers that last round, and I would barely hit some over the fence. Stanton would be trying to hit ground balls to second, and he would end up backspinning balls to the upper deck to the opposite field. For that reason, Stanton is in my dream home run derby. This man doesn't even have to try, and he consistently hits balls the hardest and furthest in our league. In the 2016 Derby, Stanton made Petco Park look like my old Little League field. Shout out to Poway National Little League. Stanton peppered Petco Park with baseballs to a Derby record 61 homers. And he also had the 10 longest home runs of the night and the 20 hardest hit shots, topping out at 120.4 miles per hour. I don't care what anyone else says, Stanton made exit velo a thing. I honestly thought about leaving Willie Mays off my dream home run derby just because he'd be the oldest player on this list, and the era and time that he played was much different than everybody else on this list. But then I thought about how dope it would be to have that amazing old school swing compete in my dream derby. He's still ranked 6th all time with 660 homers. That can't be denied. He's one of the greatest players to ever play this game, and at 5'7", 170 pounds, he not only would be the smallest player in my derby, but I bet he'd give all these other guys a run for their money. While making this video, I did some research, and get this. The Say Hey kid took a year off from playing because of military service, came back the next year and hit 41 homers and led the league in batting average, slugging percentage, OPS, and OPS plus at the age of 23. No doubt Mays is in my dream derby. I don't care what color Sammy Sosa is nowadays, whether he's black or white, yellow or brown, you better know that there's no way I'm having a dream home run derby without slamming Sammy Sosa in it. Sosa appeared in the Derby 5 times and won it in 2000 at Turner Field. Then in the next 2 years, he was the runner-up. Sosa was made to crush baseballs, and there's a reason why kids back in the day practiced the Sosa hop in their backyards, the cul-de-sacs, and sand lots, me included. It's because for a while, all we saw was this man on TV hitting homers for the Cubs and doing his hop, skip, and a jump as soon as that ball was touched. Sosa hit 609 homers, and yes, the numbers are probably tainted because of PED usage, which I don't condone whatsoever, but I still gotta believe either way he was one of the most prolific power hitters of his time. Bruh, I swear all the best power hitters have the best nicknames. With that being said, if I'm having a dream home run derby, Hammering Hank Aaron has to compete in it. I have my left-handed old-timer in Willie Mays already, and now I have my right-hander in Aaron. Aaron is second to Bonds with 755 homers all time, but just go look at some video and you can see that Hammering Hank had some of the quickest wrists of all time. That allowed him to have a short swing, the bat path was perfect, and he was able to cover the whole plate, and even was a great bad ball hitter. Pitchers literally feared pitching to Hank Aaron because he would deposit any pitch thrown his way into the stands. May God rest his soul, the greatest home run hitter of all time, no asterisks. There is no doubt in my mind Pete Alonso was made for the home run derby. Alonso not only won his first derby in 2019, the same year he would go on to hit a Major League best 53 jacks as well. That is the most by any rookie in Major League history. In 2020, we didn't have a home run derby, but if we did, he would probably win that one too, because in 2021, he defended his title and took home the crown again. He set a new first-round record with 35 dingers and then added 16 more in the second round to put himself back into the finals. If you remember, he went up against Trey Mancini in that final round. Mancini put up a ridiculous 22 biscuits to start it off, but then Alonso went deep 17 times in regulation, then destroyed baseballs on all 6 of his swings to begin the bonus minute, eventually making himself the 4th multi-derby winner with time to spare. Is Alonso the best home run derby hitter of all time? If I wanted the most entertaining home run derby of all time and could put together a list of players from any generation, this may be the most important person to have on this list. Barry the GOAT Bonds. Now again, we have the steroid issue, but this ain't the Hall of Fame. This is my dream derby. You don't like it? Get your own dream derby. Plus, this is still the best home run hitter any human being has ever seen. 762 homers is the most by any player in the history of our game. But Bonds was different. He did it with style and flair. Bonds would be liable to send every derby pitch out of the stadium with that extremely quick and efficient swing. No wasted movement, the torque he created with the backside was unreal, and it seemed as if every time he made contact, it was a bullet or a moonshot. Bonds won the '96 Derby at Veterans Stadium, and get this, Bonds trailed by 2 homers with 1 out left in the finals. Homeboy homered on 3 consecutive pitches for the dub. Bonds is a shoo-in for my dream home run derby. Who would be in your all-time 8? Examine it and let me know in the comments.